do this once and watch how people treat you like a leader. Have you ever wondered why people don't treat you like a leader, even though you speak well, dress well, or even outperform others? The truth is, leadership respect has nothing to do with logic and everything to do with psychology. In every room, there's a hidden power game going on, and if you don't know how to play it, you're automatically seen as less. Not because you're weak, but because you're unconsciously giving off low-status signals. You laugh too quickly, you nod when you're unsure, you over-justify, you try to prove yourself, and every single time you do that, you're telling people one thing: I'm not the one in control here. Respect is not given to the one who's loudest or smartest. It's given to the one who subtly controls the frame, the person who never looks like they're chasing approval. And in this video, I'm going to show you a psychological trick that flips the entire power dynamic in just one move. You don't lose respect when you mess up. You lose it when you look uncertain about yourself. And here's the scary part. Most people ruin their authority not by what they say, but by what they subconsciously signal. When you explain too much, when you apologize before speaking, when you constantly seek validation with phrases like, "Does that make sense?" Or, "I don't know if this is right, but..." You've already placed yourself below the other person. Every time you soften your presence like this, people don't consciously judge you. Their brain just feels that you're not the leader in the room. People with real presence, they do the opposite. They're comfortable with pauses, they don't fill silence with nervous talking, and they let others react first. That's not arrogance, it's strategic restraint, and it instantly shifts the way others respond to you. But here's the key. Before you can use the status reversal trick, you need to stop leaking these low-status signals. Most people fight for attention. They talk louder, laugh harder, overperform just to be noticed. But leaders, they flip that energy. Instead of chasing attention, they behave like they already have it. And that shift changes everything. It's called magnetic presence, and it comes from one thing: acting like the room revolves around you, even when no one is looking at you yet. Here's how it works. When a leader walks in, they don't rush to prove themselves. They observe. When someone interrupts, they pause, not out of confusion, but out of control. When they speak, they do it slowly, with purpose, and it forces others to lean in. This isn't natural for most people. We've been trained to seek validation, to be polite, to not make others uncomfortable. But here's the twist. Leaders make people a little uncomfortable. Not by being rude, but by not reacting the way most people would. This unexpected calmness creates a power vacuum. People start adjusting their tone, their body language to match yours. There's a behavior most people have never been taught. Not in school, not in business, not even in leadership training. But every powerful person uses it instinctively. It's called silent ownership, and it's one of the most underrated dominance behaviors in social psychology. While most people try to control others through words, real leaders do it with presence. And silent ownership is the moment where you don't need to say anything, because your body already said it all. Here's how it works. When you walk into any space, whether it's a room, a meeting, or even a small social circle, instead of rushing to greet, instead of trying to blend in, instead of reacting to the vibe, you create it. You enter slowly, you make deliberate eye contact, but not with everyone. Just one calm, dominant scan of the room. Then you sit or stand in a way that signals full comfort, like the environment is yours. You don't fidget, you don't smile too fast, you don't over-explain. You occupy the space, mentally and physically. This triggers something primal in everyone watching. People subconsciously register you as someone who doesn't need to seek permission, and so they start giving it to you without question. And here's what makes it powerful. You're not trying to dominate. You're just behaving like someone who's already in control. This creates subtle tension, the kind of tension that makes people listen even when you're quiet. The kind of tension that makes even your rivals check themselves before they speak. All right, you've built the tension. You've stopped chasing approval. You've controlled your presence. You've triggered the subtle hierarchy shift through silence and restraint. Now comes the part most people never figure out in their lifetime. The move that flips the power dynamic permanently in your favor. It's called the status reversal trick. And here's how it works. First, understand this. Social status isn't about money or power. It's about who is reacting to whom. The person who reacts more is lower. The person who stays calm, collected, and non-reactive becomes the one in control. The status reversal trick takes this a step further. Instead of reacting to someone else's energy, you create a moment that forces them to chase yours. Here's exactly how you do it. Next time you're speaking with someone, maybe it's a dominant person, your boss, someone trying to impress you, or someone who low-key disrespects you, let them finish what they're saying. Then do nothing for 2 full seconds, literally nothing. Just lock eyes, nod slightly, and pause. That pause, it creates psychological tension because now they're waiting for your reaction, but you're not giving it yet. Then, after those 2 seconds, do something almost no one does. Change the topic. Casually, without explaining, without agreeing or disagreeing, without reacting emotionally to what they said. You simply pivot with a calm statement like, "Anyway, there's something I was thinking about earlier." No argument, no disrespect, just a silent shift of power. What you've done is subtly remove their authority by refusing to validate their expectation. You didn't fight for control, you took it by ignoring the hierarchy they tried to set. This is called a frame break in high-status social psychology. The brain of the other person interprets it as, wait, he's not reacting to me. I have to adjust to him. They might not even realize why they respect you more, but they will. From that point on, you're no longer the one trying to prove yourself. You're the one they're trying to win over. And that is what it means to be treated like a leader. By the way, I've got something very special for you. The Sigma's Black Book of Untouchable Power. It's an e-book that holds the forbidden knowledge used by high-level thinkers, but this will be deleted soon. The elites don't want this out. So check the description or pinned comment to grab it before it's gone. Now you don't need to prove you're the leader. You just need to act like you were never the follower. The moment you stop chasing validation, the world starts adjusting to your presence. Now listen carefully. If you want to become powerful, then join Dark Mindset and control the game. Or stay weak forever. The choice is yours.